Good morning, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
Before anything else, let's start with an opening prayer. Can you please lead the prayer, Franchine? The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Franchine. Now, kindly raise your chairs properly and pick up the piece of trash around you. Okay, now sit down. Now, can we have someone read our classroom rules before we start our discussion?
Always be on time. Be ready to participate.
Listen and follow directions.
Raise your hand before speaking. Be kind and respectful to everyone. Work hard. Stay on track.
Thank you, Alexa. So, Miss Secretary, may I know who is the absent today?
No one is absent.
Okay, thank you so much for that information. That's great. Now, let's officially start our discussion. So, in our discussion today, we will be started in our short activity, which is called The Mystery of Road, Road, Road. In this activity, I will show you some scrambled letters with pictures on the board. Your task is to unravel them and identify what is the keywords behind these scrambled letters. Alright, so let's start. Let's go through them one by one. So for the first one, what do you think is the keyword in these scrambled letters? Yes? Very good. It's carbohydrates. Now for the second one, what do you think is the keywords behind this scrambled letters?
Lipids.
Great job. It is lipids. And for the third one, what do you think is the keyword behind this scrambled letters?
Protein.
Proteins. Great job. It's protein. And for the last scrambled letters, what do you think is the keyword behind this?
Nucleic acid.
Great job. It is nucleic acid. Great job, everyone. You all got it right. Give yourself a round of applause. So for this third represents the macromolecules that make up our foods and all the living things on Earth. So together, they're known as biomolecules. So today, we're going to learn what biomolecules are and why are they important in our daily lives. So now, try to go over what elements you remember from the periodic table and pick 6 elements you think make up most of our bodies. Yes, Francine?
Calcium, zinc, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur.
Great job. How about Alexa?
Calcium, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and zinc.
Great job. Wow, those are really nice thoughts, class. I am impressed that you can still remember at least 6 elements. Now, let's check if your answers are correct. Can I have someone to read these 6 elements? Yes, Francine?
Carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur.
Very good. Now, thank you so much, Francine. So, these 6 elements that make up our bodies are carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur. So as you can see here, congratulations to those who got them, and it's all fine with those who missed these elements because not everyone actually think too much about this. What our body is composed of, since especially that it's a public level, right? So we need to remember, guys, these 6 elements because we will be talking about these things in our discussion today. So let's start. To remember the six elements, let's remember the acronym CHINOMS, which stands for
oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur.
Very good. What you might wonder, why these 6 elements? Why carbon? Why hydrogen? Why not zinc? Why not calcium? So let's explain that one by one. Let's start with the first element, which is carbon. Look at this picture. What do you notice in this illustration? Yes, Alexa?
The carbon is always in between the other elements.
Great job! Excellent observation. Carbon just always finds itself in between the elements, right? Now, what you infer from this? Yes, Francine?
I believe carbon serves as a foundation where the main element is the other elements form up.
Great job! So yes, carbon is basically the backbone of all life structure. One carbon atom can form up to 4 bonds, build chains, rings, and complex structures. Alright, now on to our second element, which is
Hydrogen.
very good. In the periodic table, what number is hydrogen?
1.
Yes, that's right. Hydrogen is the first element in the periodic table. What's the other element you comes into your mind when you hear hydrogen? This element is usually paired with
Oxygen.
great. Yes, oxygen. What's the scientific name of or scientific formula of water?
H2O.
Yes. And what does it implies in the hydrogen's importance?
Hydrogen partner with oxygen to make water, making it very important because water is essential for us to live.
Very good. Yes. That's the word here right there. Hydrogen is important because it bonds with oxygen, giving us water, which living things like us needed. And it is also involved in energy release. Now, let's go on to the third element, which is nitrogen. Now, look at this illustration. What do you think that are needed materials that are sprayed in plants in order for them to grow?
Fertilizers.
Yes, correct. And what does fertilizer usually make?
Nitrogen.
Good. Now, can you relate nitrogen, the fertilizer due to plants, to what nitrogen do to us in our body? Yes, Francine?
Just like how fertilizers contain nitrogen, which makes plants grow fast and healthy.
Great job. Yes, nitrogen. Nitrogen is, we associate nitrogen as the growth fuel of all living things. And now, I want you to obtain a deep breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now, focus on how the air feel as it enters through your nose and passes through your throat and goes into your lungs. And as it goes out too. So now, what is the air that you breathe?
Oxygen.
Great job. Right. Oxygen. So is that fact? So why oxygen is also included in the 6 key elements? Alexa?
Oxygen is the air we breathe, and breathing is connected to our living.
Excellent answer. So yes, oxygen is necessary so we can breathe and so we can live. We need it for cellular respiration and for energies. Now, what's our next element?
Phosphorus.
Alright, yes, it's phosphorus. We usually link phosphorus into milk, toothpaste, or the things that relate to wants, right? So, what does it say on why phosphorus is among the 6 key elements? Yes, Perfect?
Phosphorus is needed for bone development, which makes us very healthy and strong.
Great job! Yes, phosphorus is needed for the bone. And for the last element, it is
Sulfur.
yeah, sulfur. Sulfur is it is the one element that smells unpleasant. Why do you think it is important?
It is important because it helps for important body structures such as proteins.
Great job! Yes, sulfur is, it helps form important body structure such as proteins. Now, let's go on with, think of those 6 elements and try to wonder why could they make when they combine together. When these elements decomp, they build the blueprints of life, the molecules that make up our food and cells and DNA. These are called biomolecules. Yes, it's biomolecules. Very good. Now, let's talk about biomolecules. Take a look at this. Can you identify? Okay, take a look at this illustration. Take a look in this illustration. Can you identify what this fruit are rich of based on this activity a while ago?
Carbohydrate.
Great job. Carbohydrate is one of the major classes of biomolecules, along with proteins, lipids, and nucleic acid. Now, what do you think in this next illustration? What do you think the role of carbohydrates in our body? Yes, Francine?
We provide energy.
That's right. Yes, carbohydrates provides energy in our body, and it contains sugar, starches, and fiber in foods, and it provides a quick energy. Now, let's move on to the next one. This illustration. What do you think is the picture all about?
Lipids. Food rich in lipids.
Yes, this food is rich on lipids. So this is lipids. So lipids, guys, it is fats, oils, waxes, and steroid hormones. It also gives us energy for our body to work properly, and it is good for our bodies, for our heart, and our brain. Now let's move on to another illustration. What do you think is this? This illustration shows. What is this rich of? Protein. Yes, this is rich in proteins. This illustration, this foods that shows here are rich in proteins. So the proteins class are made up of smaller units called the amino acid. And also it help our body to repair cells and make new ones. So it is really important to take proteins in our daily lives. So next, the last one is this illustration. What do you think is behind this illustration? What kind of biomolecules?
Nucleic acid.
Yes, exactly. This is part of the nucleic acid. So nucleic acid, guys, it includes the DNA or the deoxyribonucleic acid and the RNA, which is the ribonucleic acid. So DNA, what do you think is the difference of DNA and RNA?
DNA carries all the genetic information that makes us who we are, and then the RNA is involved in making proteins based on the genetic information.
Great job, Alexa. Yes, DNA carries all the genetic information that makes us who we are. So this is the DNA, and whereas this is the RNA. So RNA is involved in making the proteins. So next stop is, let's go on with the structure of the biomolecules. Now let's go on first with the carbohydrate. So what do you think are the elements that are present in this structure or molecular structure? Yes, Alexa?
Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen.
Great job. Yes, the carbohydrate is composed of the second one, which is for the lipids. So it is the triglyceride. So what do you think are the elements that are present in the triglyceride for the lipids?
Hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen.
Yes. And what does that give? Right, in our carbohydrates, we call it as a glycosidic bonds. And for our triglyceride, what do you call the bonds that bind them together?
Ester bonds.
Great, that's a great answer. Yes, the bond that bonds the triglyceride is the ester bonds. Then now, can you compare the molecular structure of the carbohydrates and the molecular structure of triglyceride?
Yes, Alexa. In terms of the lipids have longer fatty acid chains compared to the carbohydrates.
Great job, that's a very good observation. Now, since you already know what's the difference between its molecular structure, let's proceed to the next one, which is the molecular structure of proteins. And this is the amino acid. Yes, this is the amino acid. So we know that the amino acid is the building blocks of proteins. So what do you think are the elements present in the amino acid?
Hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, and there's also nitrogen.
Great job, what a great observation. Yes, it is composed of carbon, nitrogen, and hydrogen. Now, let's go on with the last molecular structure, which is the
Nucleotide.
Yeah, this is the nucleotide. So, this is the molecular structure for nucleic acid. So, what are the elements present in the nucleotide? Yes, Franchise?
Nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, and phosphorus.
Great job! What a very good observation. Now, we're done with the molecular structure of the biomolecules. Let's go on with, great, that's great. Are there any questions or parts that are unclear?
There's none, ma'am.
Okay, if none, then let's proceed with our activity. We will call this activity What's in My Food. By the end of this activity, you will be able to identify the biomolecules and the elements in your food and explain how they help your body stay strong, energized, and healthy. So, you'll be working in 4 groups. Each group will get a worksheet provided that looks like this. Okay, so I'll show you pictures of 4 common foods, which are the bananas, avocados, boiled eggs, and rice. So your job class is to identify the main biomolecule in each food, list the elements in that biomolecule, write a quick explanation of how those elements help your body. Okay. Start filling out your worksheet with your group. You've got 10 minutes to fill it out. Time is up. Let's hear from a few groups who will present them. Okay, group 1, what did you write for egg?
Egg has protein, so it has carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen.
Very good. Now, for the group 2. Group 1, what did you write for the egg?
Egg has protein, so it has carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen.
Excellent work. Now, how about group 2? What can you say for bananas?
Bananas have carbohydrates and a little protein. The elements are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. They give energy and help with cell repair.
Alright, that excellent work, class. Now, how about group 1 again? What can you say for rice?
Rice contains carbohydrates made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. These
Great.
elements provide energy for the body's daily activity.
Great work. Now, how about Group 2 again. What can you say for avocados?
Avocados are rich in lipids and also made of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. These elements supply long-lasting energy and help the body absorb essential vitamins.
Great thinking, everyone. You just used science to understand your lunch. Give yourself a big hand of applause. Biomolecules detectives. Alright, now that we know the structure and functions of biomolecules, let's summarize. To summarize, I have questions here and I want you to answer them accordingly to your understanding about the topic that we discussed. First question is, what are the building blocks of life? Yes, Francine?
Biomolecules.
That's correct. Then, what are biomolecules? Yes, Alexa?
Biomolecules are the most important organic substances that are engaged in the maintenance and metabolic processes of living organisms.
Great! You're very good. Next question is, what are the major elements of biomolecules?
Carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and oxygen.
Yes, exactly. How do carbohydrates function in living organisms? Yes, Alexa?
Carbohydrates give energy to the body so we can do the activities like walking, studying, and playing.
Nice. So, why are proteins essential for life processes? Yes, Francine?
Proteins are important because they help build and repair muscles and tissue.
That's right. So, what roles do lipids play in biological systems? Yes, Alexa?
Lipids help the body by storing energy, protecting organs, and keeping us warm.
Correct. Now, how do nucleic acid store and transmit genetic information?
Nucleic acid like DNA and RNA store and transmit genetic information by creating the instruction needed to build and run the body.
Perfect. Now, how are the different biomolecules interconnected in maintaining life? Yes, Alexa?
Biomolecules work together to keep the body functioning. Carbohydrates give the energy, proteins build and repair tissues, lipids store energy and protect organs, and last, nucleic acids carry genetic information.
Very good. That's correct. Now you really understand what biomolecules are and their elements, structure, importance, and function as well. Always remember, class, that biomolecules are very essential in our body. It serves a lot of purpose in our daily lives. In this juncture, we will try to test your knowledge about our topic. For this session, we will have an activity called Build a Biomolecule Model Making with Chemistry in Mind. Okay? We will provide you materials for this activity. So we have a toothpicks, sticky notes, markers and pens, a cardboard, and a clay. Now, I will divide the class into two small groups. And I will give each group 10 minutes to review the basic structure and chemical composition of all types of biomolecules. Once the time is up, I will then assign each group one type of biomolecule. The group is not allowed to look for notes at this juncture in class. So group 1, we will have proteins. For group 2, we will have nucleic acid. And for group 1 again, you will also have a carbohydrates. And for group 2 again, you will also have lipids. Each group class will build a 3D model of their assigned biomolecule using a clay, toothpicks, and you can represent atoms with different colors like black for carbon, yellow for nitrogen. They must connect atoms accurately to reflect basic molecular structure. Afterward, each group must present the model to the class, explain the structure, elements involved, and function in the body. This assessment is good for only 20 minutes. The following are the criteria for assessment. So for first one, we have accuracy of molecular structure for 15 points, clarity of explanation during presentation for 15 points, creativity or teamwork for 10 points, and timeliness for 10 points, with a total of 50 points. Your 5 minutes, guys. review the types of biomolecules starts now. Alright, time is up. You may now start working on your models. You have 10 minutes. Alright, time is up. Let's now hear the presentation of Group 1. Yes, Group 1? Wow, that's amazing! Amazing work! Thank you for delivering such a comprehensive presentation, Group 1. Now let's go on with Group 2. Wow, that's a very nice creativity, very artistic, creative. Wow. Next, thank you, Group 2. Now let's go on again with Group 1. Wow, you're a creative type of person. Now next, the last one is Group 1. Wow, you are really an artistic, no? Wow. Now after our activity, what are the things you have realized fast? Yes, Francine?
Through the biomolecule model, making the chemistry mind activity about the four types of biomolecules, I was able to get an understanding of carbon, carbohydrates, lipid, protein, and amino.
Yes, perfectly said. Thank you for sharing your reflection. What about the others? Yes, Alexa?
I realized, ma'am, that biomolecules are not just abstract scientific terms. They play a vital role in our everyday lives. For instance, carbohydrates provide us with energy, while proteins are essential for growth and repair.
Very good. That sums up our discussion for today's session. My dear student, we will now have our short quiz regarding the topic. And afterwards, I will be giving you an assignment to help you retain the concept we've tackled today. So I have here the copy of the assessment. So the assessment class consists of, first is the multiple choice, and the second one is the modified true or false. That would be the assessment. And for the assignment, I will be giving you first the assessment. You can now start answering this. And for the assignment, guys, I will be having a individual task, which is entitled the What's in My Favorite Food. So the instructions would be, you need to create an infographic showing the biomolecular content of a food item you choose. So the infographic must include the following. First, you need a food of your choice. Do not use the same sample food discussed in the class. So we already have the avocado here, so you must not use it already. So next is the biomolecules present in the chosen food, such as carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acid. Third one is the elements involved in carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, or so forth. And the fourth one is the benefits and disadvantages of consuming the food in a certain amount, which is, example, its health impacts. And for the fifth one is you need to have a one trivia or fun fact related to the food or the scientific, cultural, or historical background of the food. Now your infographic should be in a short size on paper and either in a portrait or landscape type of orientation. So you can use tools like Canva, Google Slides, or PowerPoint presentation or by hand. And the submission will be on next week. So here are the sample infographics for your guide, guys. So in our criteria for judging or for our rubrics, we have the clarity and relevance of food image, which is 15 points, biomolecules identification and explanation, which is worth 25 points, and chemical structure illustration, which is worth 20 points, and explanation of health risks and benefits, which is 20 points, and creativity in visual representation, which is 10 points, and lastly, the trivia quality, which is 10 points, in a total of 100 points. So that's all for our session right now. Is there any questions? There's none. If none, then let's end our discussion, and thank you so much for listening.